quick changeover. We move on seamlessly to the next session. Very pertinent and important topic, to be very honest. Can India launch a new green revolution? Yeah, so the next session is on can India launch a new green revolution, and we have with us for this session, it will be more of a conversation than a panel. So we have with us Mr. Sachin Sharma, Vice President and Head Agri and Dairy Operations and member of Agri Business Management Committee, ITC Limited. Can you hear it from Mr. Sharma, please, once? Thank you. And And we have Ms. Shoma Mitra Mukherjee, Assistant Director General, BCCI, to engage in a conversation with him. So, Ms. Mitra Mukherjee, if I can pass it on to you to take it forward from here. We would ring a bell to let you know that you have 5 minutes to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Shombit. And good afternoon, Mr. Sharma. Good afternoon, everyone who is present, very distinguished guests present in the audience. So, Mr. Sharma, thank you, because, you know, he has come all the way from Hyderabad only to attend this seminar, our conclave. So, once again, thank you. And as you know, that Mr. Sharma, why we have, because we think Mr. Sharma is probably the most relevant person to talk about this subject. Mr. Sharma, who is the Vice President and Head of Agri and Dairy Business of ITC. And apart from that, he is the person who is actually, like he works, I know because we have been working with him. He actually works at the very grassroots level and bringing the ground zero stakeholders to the agri value chain so that our farmers get the benefit, and he works tirelessly to make agriculture a profitable business for the farmers themselves. So that is why he plays ITC and his role very crucial. And coming to the subject, I will not take much time because, you know, he will have to catch a 3 o'clock flight today after this. So like the topic is very pertinent because all of you here know the background, the context when we were talking about earlier session about the, you know, our plans, 5-year plans. So, you know, the condition when we took, I mean, as a country, India took the decision of this green revolution, and it was successfully, you know, executed. Yes, I know, like, I am very consciously using the word successfully executed because the mission was to make the country, you know, food independent. Because that time we were a food deficient country and now we are food surplus. Having said that, we also know now that, you know, with that revolution came some challenges. Challenges like massive water level, groundwater level depletion, you know, soil health, our soil is fatigued, and obviously, you know, geographic, you know, it is not evenly distributed across the country. So those challenges are there, and from there, what I feel is that, and many of us, we feel that these are the areas where, you know, policy level interventions are needed. So there are policy level interventions like, you know, like PMFME scheme, like more than 10,000 FPOs, like PM Kusum, like, you know, a National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. And all these are, puzzles. I mean, all these are, parts of a big puzzle. And, some people, they are very, very crucial. Some companies are very, very crucial to, bring the puzzle, to bring these pieces into the puzzle. So from here, I will hand over the microphone to Mr. Sharma, and I will, like to, and all of us will like to hear from you that from Green Revolution, would it be possible as a country to go to an evergreen evolution or revolution? Please.
Uh, First of all, thank you so much to Bengal Chambers and to invite me for this discussion. And I represent ITC and Calcutta is home. So whether it is to travel from Andhra to Calcutta or anywhere else, this is always a pleasure. In fact, I joined ITC in Calcutta almost 23 years back now. So, the city always remains very special to me personally. And we keep traveling for various interactions at head office. So, the topic is very relevant, I would say. The Green Revolution, as we know, those who are related with agriculture or otherwise, started in 60s. And that was the first big step which India took to transform its agriculture. And the whole idea was food security. Before that, India was dependent on other countries to get food grains. We were not self-sufficient. So if I have to look at there have been, there was a term that time used to be the like ship to mouth. Like, you get import of grains and then they have been, distributed in country. So three key, aspects of Green Revolution 1 were there, which we also call something like package technology. So first was the high yielding varieties. So there are a lot of, varietal development happened in crops like wheat, paddy, and others, which improved the productivity frontier from a low level to a high level. And, some of the leading varieties like dwarf varieties in wheat, which came from Mexico as a genes, or we had, some varieties in paddy, which came from like IR8 from Philippines. Second initiative was the irrigation revolution. So these varieties coupled with the irrigation projects in India really improved the productivity. And we had irrigation, largely the Green Revolution was in northwestern states of India, like Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, or the southern states like Andhra and so on. Third was the use of chemical fertilizers, and these varieties were responsive for these, fertilizers and the crop care, chemicals. So the outcome was that we became self-sufficient, and over years that thing continued through a progressive improvement. If I give you some data, even last 20 years, like 20 years back, Indian food grain production was around, 200 million metric ton. Today, as we speak, it is around 350. So you can see even in last 20 years, there has been a significant improvement. In horticulture also, from around 170 million metric ton of production in 2004-5 to now 20 years from there now, it is around 370, 360 million metric ton. There is a significant improvement which has happened over the decades. Now, if you look at the current context, India is not only self-sufficient, but we are also a big exporter. So almost $50 billion of worth of agriculture export is happening from India, and it is growing. Some of the big ticket items are rice or our aquaculture, where West Bengal is also a big state in both of them, and likewise fruits and vegetables and so many other categories which are there. Also the per capita consumption of food grains also improved in India, and slowly, we are fully self-sufficient. But there are challenges also at this stage which are there. So one challenge is that, how do you migrate from food security to nutrition security? So therefore, the entire aspect of enhancing nutrition becomes very important. Another issue is the climate change. So today, we have seen rising temperatures, floods. There have been issues of, in fact, there is a study which says that in last year itself, there were almost 280 days. There was one or the other climate event in one or the other part of the India which has impacted lives, livelihood, or agriculture. So climate change is, rising temperature is a big issue, heat waves are impacting agriculture. So whatever Green Revolution 2 has to come, it has to come addressing the climate change issues. Third is stress on natural resources. So we have issues of soil degradation. We have issues of say high intensive use of water in agriculture or otherwise. Water tables are coming down, and in any case we have 60% of the country still rain fed in terms of agriculture. So that is also another big area. Then our food loss and waste remain very high in different crops, right from 10% in few crop categories up to as high as 20 to 30% in fruits and vegetables. So that's also another big area to address. Then another aspect is in the villages. Today the land holdings are becoming very small. In any case, Indian land holdings were less than a hectare. It's coming further down. One average farmer owns around 80 say hectares in Europe. In India it is 1. If you talk about even countries like US, it is in hundreds of hectares. So there is a big challenge that small land parcels, how do you make agriculture more economical for farmer? And our farmer incomes are increasing, but still the pace is not the desired level. But with this background, there are also some opportunities in agriculture which are coming up, which can be leveraged for creating the next round of say green revolution. One is that the digital technologies are evolving and they have a lot of problems to solve, role to play in agriculture. We have IoT sensor-based technologies. AI is going to take a lot of important role as we move forward in agriculture. Second is evolution of biologicals and natural farming. So new age biologicals are coming, and the way the farming is evolving, you have this as coming as a big opportunity. Next is the newer technologies of gene editing, gene engineering, say biotechnology. So these can actually create a new frontiers in agriculture in terms of say many use cases, and I'll talk about it later. And also the supply chain opportunities of optimizing more supply chain, building more nutrition through millets, etc. So these are the opportunities which are coming up. Now basis this, in my opinion, there are 6-7 big areas which, if can be focused, can really improve the agriculture's situation and can also transform the new wave of say green revolution. So first is, how do you take the yield say barrier to the next level? So our yields are say productivity is stagnating. So that's where I think the new level of genetics and new seeds have to come, which can create the next frontier of productivity and yield. So there are new technologies like, for example, gene editing, which is coming up, which are transformative in nature, and they can actually create the new frontier in terms of the yield. There have been few varieties recently been launched by ICR system. They are very new varieties. We will see how things progress, but this is one area. Just to give some example, when China had a say very high productivity of rice, so it was the hybrid rice which created that kind of thing. Or if they had the apple revolution by way of increasing apple, so they had the newer say dwarfing apple cultivars and the M series of rootstocks, which actually created apple yield, and now their yields are 3 times higher than Indian yields. So the new genetics and genome will be one tool. This is also very important because with the climate change, these varieties, the upcoming varieties, should be able to withstand in the scenario of the climate change. And that's where the new, the next point comes, that the next green revolution has to address the climate issues. So whether these varieties which have to withstand the climate change, but also the practices of doing farming have to be meeting the localized climate changes. So in ITC, like, we created hotspot studies identifying hotspots of climate change and how we have to create the newer varieties introduction and the practices through ITC Mars. So this learning has taught us that you have to have a micro zone specific strategies which can address the climate issues. So your productivity enhancement should be there in the rising temperatures or more floods or heat waves, but you also have to create adaptation and mitigation approaches in different agriculture crops. Next area which is very important for increasing the productivity, farm incomes and agriculture output is the precision agriculture. So today our say productivity or the output is quite low, but through precision agriculture we can create much more output and much more valuable output in the agriculture. So there are various technologies which can be utilized in this area. You can optimize fertilizer doses, you can do protective cultivation, you can have much more sensor oriented data sets from a farming and therefore can optimize the way farming is being done. So precision agriculture is another important area and it is scaling up very fast, and we will see a lot of new developments in this area as we move forward. Next is the use of digital technologies. We have seen in last 5 years that today the penetration of mobile phones, smartphones in rural areas is growing very fast. Today we have, every household has a smartphone in villages, especially the youngsters and the new generation. The data cost is lowest in India globally, and a lot of technology interventions have come. So there are a lot of use cases. For example, you can take a photograph of a crop and you can understand which disease or pest it is. So we have this technology which we call crop doctor in ITC Mars, for example. You can create the traceability in entire agriculture value chain using digital. You can optimize fertilizer doses by way of soil testing, which is more mobile and digital, and you can also use things like leaf color charts to optimize the doses. So there are many use cases. You can assay the quality basis through a mobile phone. So use of these digital technologies will reduce the cost, will improve the productivity, it will personalize the crop advisory, and it will improve the output of the agriculture. This, supported by digital public infrastructure, can actually even improve the entire ecosystem of digital much better. And from an exports perspective, the traceability which will come from digital technologies will enable us to do much more say food safe farming, and also provide this data to a customer in Europe or any other country. And this will enable a lot of exports which otherwise becomes this aspect traceability becomes a barrier. Next area is in smart irrigation. More say crop per drop is the concept. So we are still largely flood irrigation. Irrigation is not optimized, but there are new technologies which are coming up, which is about precision irrigation, or it is about so various measures can be done. It can reduce irrigation by 50%. Our experiences in the drip irrigation, other technologies have demonstrated saving in water and high productivity of the crops. So that is another new area which I feel will gain a lot of momentum as we speak. Next, and very transformative, is use of biologicals. See, we have used biologicals in a very limited way in agriculture, but the way now the entire research is developing globally and in India in biologicals, you will find much more use of biofertilizer. The combination of microorganism which can actually convert soil biomass into the nutrition source itself, or biopesticides, the bio-based say crop care solutions, or biostimulants which can improve the productivity. There are technologies which work on reverse photosynthesis, like bacteria. They can convert your bio-waste into the source of nitrogen and phosphorus. So globally there is a lot of research happening. In India, new trials are coming up, but this will be a big transformation which can actually reduce the cost of fertilizer, can create new frontiers. Very quickly, two more areas which I'll talk about. One is about the nutrition security through millets. So millet farming in the rain-fed areas, but having high productive varieties and much more product development on a consumer front, can create India with a unique proposition of nutri-cereals. lot of work has started happening. We had Mission Millet, and we had millet, international year of millet. But millet will see a transformation going forward. And last is the biomass. Whatever food grain we are producing, the equal or more quantity of biomass is getting produced, which is crop residue. So there are a lot of alternate uses which are happening. So there are bio-CNG which is developing, biomass is getting converted into biofuels, biomass is getting converted into the bio-based nutrition. So farmer will get a lot of value of biomass going forward. It will come to a productive use. It will address the issue of crop burning, and it will create a lot of wealth out of this kind of waste of agriculture which we call agri-residue. So this is also going to be a big segment, I feel, going forward. So these are the 6 areas, given the limited time, I tried, touching upon, which I feel are very important. And as ITC, we are working at a different stages in these areas, and contributing our bit to the agriculture field.
Thank you, Sachin. We really don't have time because the 5-minute bell that has already rang. We did have some questions, but obviously we will, discuss that later on. But thank you so much for coming all the way to address us and your insightful this thing. Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma and Ms. Mitra Mukherjee. With this, we come to the end of this session. We now do the honors. Can I request Mr. Anirudh Lahiri to kindly come up to the stage? Mr. Lahiri? Sir. Sir? Yeah. To give away a token of our appreciation to Mr. Sharma. Somadhi, engage actor. Sir, this also needs to be given. Sir, can you face the camera, please?
Yeah. Sorry. You want me to? This one also.
Thank you.
This one I will take. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
Now, can we come a little in front, 3 of you? Can we have a group picture, please?
Come on. Come.
You can come
In the middle.
Yeah, please.